don't think you all understand who I am. I mean, I've always been a straight-A student.
Have you been drinking?
I had a drink.
I am an outstanding mother to my son.
It's her day to pick up the kid, but
Okay.
it doesn't always happen. It's 1 or 2 days a week, maybe she gets him.
Go back inside. Jesus.
Do you need Jesus right now?
I excel at everything.
She hasn't worked for over 2 years. I mean, she was always calling to borrow money, and it's been like 2 years since she got a job.
Babe, I had no idea.
Jesus Christ.
YouTube's now added affiliate links for content creators. I've got a shopping experience down below. So if you click that shopping link and you purchase something, by clicking that link, I get a commission on it. It helps out all your content creators and you guys get what you want. And they're always running great sales too. So pay attention to those. They're fairly new. Sam and I have been discussing a couple of things in regards to the Sarah Boone case. And I have received some more documents from Orange County Sheriff's Office. A couple of notes that I made going through this stuff, and I still have to go through more of it. There's a portion of the body cam footage from the day that the police were first on scene, the following day, you know, when they found him, that I had not had on my channel. So I'm going to be putting that out. I'll probably put it out separately in another way. The other thing that came up too in the notes that I've gotten, remember how before I'd said, who is this Devin Jamro? They keep bringing up Devin Jamro.
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah. So I found out today he's a 34-year-old white male who is a witness, and he worked at Publix. So,
Okay. All right.
Now,
I know what I said in response to that, but I don't know if it's true.
Yeah. So he worked at Publix. So my first thought is, okay, well, he must have seen George at the Publix, and maybe he can testify that George had no marks on him when he saw him that night or that day before the incident, because we know after the next morning he had all these marks on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why is I'm looking at all these witness testimonies in this case, and we've heard most of them. They've already been put out there. But this guy right here, all of his stuff is redacted. All of it.
He could be a minor.
He's not. He's 34 years old. I've already looked. Why is he redacted? There's a reason.
I don't know.
Girl, there's something.
Sometimes, not necessarily. Sometimes Publix hires people with disabilities, and it could be that they're just trying to protect him, like he's a protected class.
Okay,
that's for not being, exposed to the public. And I thought that there may have been something in the parking lot that someone witnessed, and so that was my thought. And I don't know where I read it.
We had heard this, but we don't have I don't have facts. I don't have receipts on this, so I'm not
No proof.
But we've heard that there was an incident where Sarah threw potatoes at him in the parking lot.
He's hitting him with a bag of potatoes. This is a salacious speculation, Carrie. That's what we're calling it.
Yeah. So I don't know if that is connected, if that happened that day, if it happened a long time before, or it happened. We don't know. So anyway, that was there. The other thing is that I found very interesting is that there were various items that were in the suitcase with George, and I didn't realize this. But one of the items, it was like there was a tie, like a man's tie. There was the hat. I think it was the hat that he was wearing had come off. There was a couple of items like clothes and stuff in there. But the one item that I found interesting was that there was a diazepam syringe in there.
What?
So I go and look up diazepam syringe, right? And it says, let me read you what it says. Diazepam injection is used to relieve symptoms of anxiety and alcohol withdrawal. It actually was a prescribed item that had George's name on it.
Oh, wow.
Now, he probably had it at one point in time.
Oh, it was, you know what? It might have been a condition of one of his probations.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Alcohol treatment usually comes along with that, like a class or, there's like stuff.
Okay. Well, so that
use the
makes
technical
sense.
term. There's stuff. There's
Yeah.
conditions for different people for different things. So
Now,
that could be legit.
I'm not saying that any of these items in the suitcase were in there for any particular reason. They could have already, I mean, I always thought he was in there and there was nothing else in there with him, you know?
Yeah, I kind of assumed that too.
But there were some items in the suitcase and it probably doesn't come to anything. And you're right. That's probably what that came from. It had nothing. I just thought that was interesting. I'm going to bring up an image for you guys to look at. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom in.
Look at you with your crime scene diagram. You should have my job.
I know.
I think you should have my job.
If you need any help with it, just let me know.
Oh my God. That's fantastic. Oh, my attorneys would lose their damn minds.
I am so type A. I can't help it. All right. So here's what I found interesting. The victim was located lying on his back on the floor of the living room. His head was to the northeast. I have this diagram laid out exactly the way they say he was laying when he was found. So except for his arms, okay, and his legs. I'm just saying the direction of the body. This is just a little diagram that I got off the thingy, but his head was towards the living room and his feet was towards the kitchen. Okay. And it was kind of that angle too. I've got the angle correctly too. But what I found was interesting was his left arm was extended by his side with his hand resting on his left hip. His right arm was bent at the elbow with his hand resting on his abdomen. All right. So do that right now, y'all. Put your left hand on your side of your hip as if you're laying on the floor, and then take your elbow or take your other hand, your right hand, and put it on your abdomen. Now, someone comes over and they're trying to give you CPR. What's going to get in the way?
Your arms.
Yep.
Especially the one that's going across your abdomen.
Your abdomen. Mm-hmm. That told me something. I mean, I just felt like
I don't think she did CPR. I don't.
There's another hiccup. Yeah. The CSI did. It also said that the CSI took 3D scans of the crime scene, which is going to be really helpful.
That's really common now. It's interesting. I'm seeing it a lot, mostly in shooting cases, of which seems there are endless amounts, because they can, by doing these Pharaoh scans, they can diagram the trajectory of bullets. So I've not seen it used in this context before.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and feel free to leave a comment. Have a blessed day.